Hello folks and welcome back to Sim Airport. Last time we got the second floor established. We built on this massive security area and we have some work to do. I'm not really sure which way I want to go with this, I'll be quite honest, because we have the ability to purchase some land here. We need some cash to do so, but we can do it. Or we can borrow money to do it. Either way is fine. And then we need to build all of the stuff in here. We need to build all the ticketing areas. There's a lot of work we need to do. We also need to be able to get our people up and down different floors. Oh, we have a security, or excuse me, we have a need for more staffing because we're gonna need more, a lot more. Right now we have 17. We're gonna go up to 60 security agents by the time we're all said and done here. But the general idea that I'm thinking of here is that we need to be able to have people go upstairs, which will happen in this area. We already have a bathroom. We need to build another bathroom. We need to build restaurants. We need to build, basically recreate all the stuff we have down here, but upstairs. So we'll figure that out. We have some cash that we're slowly but surely making. We're making almost $200,000 a day, so we only are a day away from being able to afford this, roughly, which is nice. And flight-wise, you can see that our airline interest has increased, and our booking is pretty much stocked. Like, we're set for most of this, other than Learyville Air, which I don't want to deal with at all. The only thing that's nice about them is we get $5,000. They're small planes, so we get a bunch of quick cash in there without a lot of work. Like, this is a Learyville plane? No, it's specific. Why do we have that in there? I don't know. But we have to kind of do this in stages. And that's kind of one of the things that gets a little tougher in this game. Because when we start building on, like, let's say we want this to go down, that does present a problem to us because we have to have it go down, which is going to exist here, and then we have to have it go down again, which exists somewhere in there. So we have some work to do to get all of this stuff kind of established. What I'm thinking about, and I don't know if this is going to be the case or not, is building on a foundation that we can get right there and build over to roughly this spot. That's going to allow us to just build on this thing, to have the belt conveyor go down. We have to separate it by one, so that means it needs to start here, and then we need to have wall on the other side. So we really need to have that as our area there. So if we were to build that in place, we're going to do that just because it doesn't really cost us that much money, and we'll figure it out. We're probably going to need to expand a lot of this stuff, but I've been playing with some ideas. I've been thinking a lot, and a new season of Jet Lag just came out not that long ago. I've been in the airplane mode of how thinking does things to my brain here. So my original idea here was, and I think this is the one I'm going to go with, but let me explain. The idea here is that I'm going to go through and eventually I'm going to expand this runway out, which it looks like it's going to need maintenance soon. Purchase this and build the other three kind of small gates here. We're going to build large gates on this side. They're going to go to the second floor. We also need to build on this whole area and get that all established, like all of the flooring, all of the bathrooms, all the blah 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 blah, seating, you name it, we got to do all that. But the other thing we still need to do, and what I'm thinking of, is we need a lot more. So, like, I've been looking up airline terminal designs and kind of see where things exist at, and there's all different schools of thought of how to design a terminal. And I kind of need to figure out where I want to do that with. So some terminals kind of have a main building that you go get checked in at, and then you kind of filter out throughout the world. That's one option. We can do a big giant U. We could just do one long kind of like finger, for a lack of a better term, where it just goes on forever, and we can do that. And there are objects that help us transport people faster and farther. It's walkway? Is it a walkway? Yeah, see, we have moving walkways. They're crazy expensive, $10,000 a pop, but they're possible. And there's some things we can look at here. Last time we did go through and get escalators. We got a whole bunch of stuff here. I think I want to get one-way taxis. It's not that expensive, and it's pretty easy. I don't care about that one. We have the ability to put in a transit system, or what is this? Light rail transit. I don't know why I have trouble remember that. Advanced ticketing hub boosters, but I don't know what they do still. And then we still have the option of adding on a fuel system as well. So there's a lot of stuff that we can do. It's just a matter of kind of doing it. So my initial thought here is that we're going to go in, add the foundation for all of this stuff. So we have this small area of the airport that will exist. And I'd like to build this area on. So we have maybe an area here and another area over here to build on for ticketing. Because this is only going to have, right now my plan is to have a max of 8 gates. And I think if we did sets of, what do we have here? 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I had 10 gates or check-in kind of ticket areas, I don't think I'm going to need more than that to service 8 gates. That just seems like that's going to be a pretty safe bet for us. But I do need to figure out where stuff's going and why I'm putting it where I'm putting it. The other thing here is that if I do a conveyor down, it's not going to fit in this spot. We need to do more. And it's being blocked by things. So this area is actually going to need to expand most likely to kind of go out. But my initial setup here is that we're going to do a transition down. And you can see that I should be able to put it there, but I can't for some reason, but I can here. It's just such a weird, funky little thing. You see that it requires just a little bit more space, and I can't fit in 5 if I do that because I have to have another one going that way. So I'd have to have it like there-ish. But the problem is if I do it up here, when I go down a level, it's not going to fit. So I'm very conflicted, and I apologize. I'm working all this out as I'm playing, so I'm a little conflicted of how I want to do all of this. But I think that we'll have something like this, and then we'll move up a layer, and then we'll have the next layer up, is what I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm confused. Let's go with that, of how to set this up to be efficient and possible and easy, but functional. I think we're just going to build on a little bit more here. I want to give myself plenty of space. And you notice that I'm not going through this area, because if I do this on the fence, they'll dismantle the fence. And then that means anybody can access their airport without having to go through anything, which will basically shut down our airport, kill our money, and will be a bad time for all. You can see when we get to upgrade our security area, it's going to be so much better. Like it's not bad, but this is going to be amazing. I'm so excited for that spot once it gets all built and set and all of that. So we have this one we're getting in there. Once that goes, then I can add on this section. There we go, got that. We'll dismantle all of this stuff because we don't need it. And these walls will go eventually. The priorities your workers take in this game are kind of funky. I know why they did that, because they're waiting on materials, but it's just still kind of fun to watch. See what they do and why they do it. And then we'll add on this one. And hopefully we'll have a real functional system here sooner rather than later. The other thing we could do is, we have this little bump out here. I could theoretically put a bump out over here and have another ticketing area on this side. I don't think that's necessary, but it's a possibility of something that we could do. The eventual idea here is that all of this area here, the maintenance, the electrical, and all of these offices are going to go somewhere else. I don't know where yet, but I want them to go somewhere else so they're out of the way, not something we need to take care of with our airport. And then we'll figure out the next steps from there. But let's go in here and get all of this stuff set up. We'll finish off the rest of these floors. Oops, those are not the same floors. What floors did I put in here? These guys, right? Floor 1. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. And then I'll go down a layer and we'll find our wooden floors, which I think are these guys. Yep. And we'll put those in there like so. And hopefully we'll be able to get these rolling here very shortly, but we'll see what happens. So we're gonna go in gate, or no, tickets. Ticket. So we'll do our ticketing desk, but before we do that, we need to make sure that our utilities are set up, because with those things not functioning properly, this game is a nightmare. Okay, that's blocked by pending construction, not impending. It's currently going. Okay. So once we get that area there, just wiggle. There we go. So that's going to be fine. If we do that, we'll come out of there. So we need to put one there. And then we get 5 ticket locations. See, there's police. Let me pause that real fast. See, there are police. They do absolutely nothing. They're there, they have their lights on, and then they go through and do nothing. This game has so many random things like that that drive me insane. I don't understand why some of the things in this game exist, but that's one of them. The other thing that drives me crazy in this game, well, I talked about last time about the cargo and some of the other things I'd really, really, really like to see in this game. But one of the things I really have some issues with when I'm playing this game is that the developers kind of are back and forth on this one. It's a weird relationship because they seem to want to add on new features and do new things, but at the same time, they had an update saying that this would be update number 1 of 2023. And we're clearly well into 2024, and we have not gotten that extra update. It just kind of disappeared from existence as far as I'm concerned. So I'm a little annoyed at that, but it's nothing big deal. It's gaming. It's just what they do. It's fine. I'm not upset. I'm disappointed. So we're gonna do that. I guess we'll add on some more foundation work here to figure out exactly where all this is going to go. I'm hoping to put on one of these guys, but I need it to exist in a spot that makes the most sense. So what I'm thinking right now is that we're going to build this foundation a little bigger. We'll eventually reroute this over here, and then we'll route another baggage hub into where this one's going. Because we can't join them together, but I really do enjoy watching all the little baggies go and do their things and get filtered out through all the different stuff, and then you can follow them and they show up in all the different baggage carousels. It's so much fun. So we need to go through and get this all established and figured out, and I'm looking forward to that process. It's going to take a little time to get us there, but we'll figure it out. This area here is what I really want to get rid of and add more baggage carousels. We can space these out a little better so there's more space there, and then another row there, and it'll be great. So we have our 8 things. It'll be fine. Again, a lot of this game is just requires time to do all this stuff. So we just need to spend the time, invest the time and the gameplay money to go through and get some of these things set up. But you can see that we'll get this set. And we're early in the morning, so we're not going to get this right away. But let's go over and purchase this land because we can afford it. And I don't think we need to build much in the way of foundational work here. Maybe, just maybe, we'll throw this in here. And I'm moving this up out of the way because I don't want us to have to worry about some things, and that will make more sense a little later, I think. Maybe if my plans come to fruition. We'll see. I'm sorry I'm talking in kind of cryptic speak right now. I'm just trying to mentally wrap my head around how I want all of this to work, and I'm solving it as I'm live recording. So these videos I don't really edit for the most part. I go through and do some sound adjustments after some of you guys' feedback from my earlier videos. I make sure that my voice is the one that takes over, not the game background stuff. And I don't know. I do some other thing, like a fade when we come in, and a fade when we go out, when we go to the end screen kind of thing. But beyond that, I really don't do much of everything. Sorry if you'd much rather a highly edited video. I'm sorry. I'm not your person for that. But let's go in here and add on all of this stuff. We know that we have this guy kind of floating there because the game has very clear errors. So if I go down, that's going to be that. That one's going to be there. Oops, I moved it. So I'm just holding my mouse still, moving down a layer. Got that. And then we have this one. That's going to go there. The reason why I'm laying this out is because this guy is not going to feed into there or there. This one is going to output eventually to there. And then this guy is going to be for another one that's going to come from... I'm planning on having like another one right there. And then this guy here is going to be for this one. So we have some work to do. It's messy. It's fun, but it's messy. And we'll figure it all out here as time goes on. But it's just, I want to make sure we're doing some of the work that we need to do and getting this all established and hopefully doing the job that we need to get all of this established in place and ready to roll. And I think because I'm me, I want this to be a straight shot, so I'm going to make that look prettier. It's not going to look pretty for a little while, but it's gonna matter down the road, and that will be fine. All right. But we also still have we have bank right now. Not true bank. I mean, if I was a person, I would have bank, but for an airport, having $600,000 in the bank doesn't sound like a whole lot of money. So we'll figure it out, but we'll get there. You can see that our nighttime flights are doing their thing, getting all of that established, and we are just waiting the nighttime to come. We should probably go up to the airport itself and see what's going on. See, this is just, it's an annoying bug. I don't understand it, but we'll get it all there. And I'm really excited about our future possibilities here. That's going to be very, very exciting once we get to that level. But we got to get all of our airplanes out of here. Let's see. We have all of these guys done. These guys, we have one more flight in. This one's done. Flight in. Another flight in. We have a flight in. And another flight coming in there. All right. So that guy is en route at 11:20. This one's 11:10. This one is taxiing at 11 o'clock. Oh, landed 10 minutes early. And this one is taxiing at 11 o'clock as well. Also landed early. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. When these planes leave, we will go through and change over parts of our baggage system. We're not going to have it all set yet, but we'll get there. And it's just going to require some work. So 1, 2, we're getting our last plane out of here. There we go. So I'll pause the game. We'll go in here, we'll dismantle that and that, and then utility-wise, I guess we have to wait for that one to go through and do its thing. Why are you not allowing me? Oh, because you're going to be a consumer. There we go. All right. I'm going to change that to a hub-to-hub. And then with our hub-to-hub, we can pull that straight down like that. I think that should work. And then this conveyor is going to come up here and go in like that. And that's going to be a consumer. And this one's also going to be consumer. And I think I have that all hooked up right. It's hard because we got to do that. But I think it's all hooked up right. So we have those, and then we'll figure out this next level here in a second. It's going to be a little messy, and that's fine. But I'm cool with this setup, and if we had another one on the other side, I could build a little wall out here and put some offices or do something there. I don't know what yet, but we can figure that out, and we should be in good shape. And then we got to go through, and we already have the next day rolling along here. But while we're here, let's go ahead and click on our purchase button, and we're going to purchase this land, and the game's going to kind of reload. It's a weird little quirk, but it needs to reload entirely. Everything pops back open, and then we also are greeted with this. When you buy new land in this game, you get a security fence around all of the things that you just purchased. So I need to go through and dismantle, not that one. We got to just get rid of the security fence because we can't build without that being there. So go through, our guys will go through and get rid of all that stuff, and then I believe, let's see, 1, 2, that's how much space they require. 2 taxiways for those, and then we'll be able to put, so 1, 2, 3, and then we should be able to put that on there. If we really wanted to, we could actually support some extra large gates. I don't want to do that, but we could. So 1, 2. See, the third one won't fit, but I'm cool with just some large gates. So let's go in here and start expanding out our airport. 1, 2, 3. And then construction-wise, we need to get some taxiways in there for those guys. And I'll put that taxiway on there too. I'm probably going to add another baggage hub somewhere down here and hook it up to that just so we have it. but that's, again, it requires more work and more time and more thought for everything we're doing. One thing that is nice that we, since we reset that, you see our baggage terminal or baggage hub down there is now in the bottom where it's supposed to be. So that's fine. Got that set up. Happy about that. We'll clear off the planning spots for that because we don't need them anymore. And let's go up to the upper level here and do transition down. Got that one. And that one's going to go in there like so. Oh God, we have a problem. I don't think this is going to work. So I'm going to build some additional foundation work here. And you can see I didn't connect all these all the way, so that's fine, I think. Conveyor. There we go. Does that work? See, it connects it, but I don't think it's going to work. I don't think the game will let us do that. I don't think it will, but I don't know it. But our workers are busy doing all the other work that they need to. What's cool about this node now is that we have these guys built, but we're going to go in and add on the doors. When I spelled doors properly, it's been a long day. I apologize. But we'll go in and get those in there. Then we'll get our gate agents. I really like 3. I think it's good balance. I've never been to an airport that has 3 gate kind of things. Usually it's 2, even. Well, I should put a little qualifier on that. I've been to one with more than 2, but that was like long haul international flights, and the extra ones were for people who had some cash and the first class people. I was not one of those people. So they do exist, I'm sure, but not for me. I'm also going to rename all these. I don't like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I don't like that. I want this to be Terminal A or Terminal whatever, and them to line up properly. But that's a discussion for a later time. So we will hopefully get all this stuff in here shortly. Let's see. So that's all built. That's all built. Beautiful. That happened really quickly, actually. I was expecting it to take longer. One thing I should mention about this game is that I have literally, I think the last time I checked, I have almost 300 hours into this game from various times I've played it and all of that. So I've seen generations of computers essentially go through with this game, and on my current computer it plays so much nicer than what it used to. I think the devs have done some optimizations as well, but as I noted, their focus is not where I would like it to be for this game. I'm sure they're doing just fine, but where I would personally like it to be for the game, I think we could get some cool stuff. I want to get rid of that little chunk because it bothers me. Like this area here bothers me greatly because it's just a hot mess. I'll deal. It will be fine. What's up here? Oh, that's just a runway. Okay. But we're doing the work here. Cool. And that will set up this guy, which I'm hoping we can just run down to here and have another baggage terminal. And the idea here is we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll have another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the thought. Oh, the garbage stone is full. Okay, so you have an option of either expanding it or just pushing in and having these things. Some dumpsters. There we go. That should solve that problem, I hope. So we'll build them up and you'll see all these bags. They have a capacity of up to 10. There's our trash cans, or our police cars as well. They stop at, I don't understand what's going on, but they exist. And then we have our dumpster stuff. We see when the trash truck comes, it stops all traffic. So you can actually build on additional lanes and all kinds of roads and stuff. I haven't really played that much of that part of the game because it seems unnecessary to me, but maybe depending on the design, it's totally necessary. we need to figure out this area here. So I guess we have a couple questions. One, do we want to build just one big floor color there? So let's take a look at our floors. I want it to be something kind of bright, but not too bright. Maybe like carpet 1 is going to be this entire area. How's that sound? There we go. Okay. We spent far too much money on that, but you can see that I like to have the differentiated colors, excuse me, just so I can kind of get a better idea of what's going on with what. And then we got to figure out what's going on here. So, well, I have so many competing ideas of things going on in my brain right now. Let's build on our ticketing area. So, look at our ticketing desk. I'm going to remove it by 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go to utilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll connect them in there like so. I don't know if it matters if I drag it in a certain direction or not. We'll add on our wall. That actually will work out well. I think, well, I could put on an office there, but I don't know what I want to use that space for. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's going to be a perfect mechanical room. Doesn't look like it right now. It will be eventually. We have to remove the current one that we have, or excuse me, maintenance room. We can only have one of those for the entire airport, so it's very important to where you place it. But the second story is not ideal, but it will be okay, right? We'll get there, and we'll figure out exactly what we want to do with all of that. We'll get that in there. I want to get this up and running. All of this is going through. It's doing its thing. I like all of that work. And let's go in with our comfort. Yeah. We'll get some 3 bench seats there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, 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 boom. I think we're going to go like 2 rows deep like this. Something like that on both sides. Now I'm not going to go too crazy, I don't think. So it's, I really hate in this game when I misclick, which happens often. Oh, did I put in the wrong style? I even put in the wrong style benches. Alright, there are 3 seat benches I put in, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Poop. This is why I'm not a good video game player. I make mistakes like this all of the time. I'd be a very good beta tester for companies. It's like, okay, let's find the guy that's going to make the worst version of what we had planned. He's going to misclick all the time. He's going to read the directions wrong. And we need to see how the game plays in the hands of a total idiot. And guess what? I'm that target guy because I do this stuff all of the time. But it's okay. I still love it and it's fun. And you know what? I paid money for this, so I'm allowed to make all the mistakes I want. So we'll go through and do all of that. Alright, that's all well and good. Why can I not just cancel that project? I want to cancel it. It's probably because it already got delivered. You can see our deliveries area is rather large. We got a cafe chair and an outdoor gate as our 2... Oh, because the outdoor gate used to be over here, but we purchased that land. Okay. So let's go and add on our outdoor gates. We're going to just add 1. We have to get down to the ground floor. We'll add 1 in there. And we'll add 1 up there. What's our problem here? Delivery areas are full. Which is fine. I don't think there's really any thing that's going on with that requires any problem. But we'll try to Make sure that's all satisfied. Get rid of the planning here. Planning. Clear. Whoop. Oops. So bad at this. Alright. I really wish I could cancel that. It's bothering me intensely that I can't. But it's cool. Did they get rid of the queues? So... Oh no, the queues are still there. So, let me explain this. You can go in and set up a queue. So you can say, hey, I want this to go here, 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 there, wherever you want it to go. And then you can assign the queue to certain gates so that everybody getting on that flight needs to get in a line and go through. The thing about this game is that it doesn't matter. It's not important. Like, when you get on an airplane, you want to get in line because that's what you do and you have to wait in line and blah, 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 blah. This game doesn't really care for that at all. Like, doesn't matter one bit. And it's interesting to watch. Let's go over here and go to objects. I want an extra large gate. I really do. I would love to put an extra large gate there and another one there. So that one doesn't bother anything, right? And then if I put this one, oh, I have to put that one there, and this one needs to exist up top. Oh no, we're not going to be able to put extra large gates. Okay, that changes the dynamic of some of this. So let me back up and explain my thought process here. For this one, if I wanted to go in and do that, I can see that it's not going to be able to fit there, or it fits there, but if I wanted to have a second one, it's going to be off of the map. Or off of our foundation area. So these are eventually just going to be large aircraft gates 1 and 2. So we're not going to be able to fit any extra large aircraft at terminal. This is eventually going to be terminal A is my thought process. What's full? Delivery zone's full. Don't care. But I do like to just kind of explain where I'm thinking at because I want to do that. So this whole spot here became completely irrelevant. So we're going to... Ooh, but we could... Oh, no, we can't because that's... Oh, no, hold on. Okay. So we're going to move this guy over here. You see that's in the way, but we'll delete all of this because my original idea was we're going to remove this area and get extra large gates down here. It's not going to work out. But we can very easily remove this. We'll move this guy and push it in farther, and then we have what we need for this. So Terminal A is going to be more for our aircraft that can fit in large gates, which is most of them. I think the 747 and the A380 are the only ones that can't fit into those gates. Is there a... Let me look up the gates. It doesn't tell us what we have there. So let's go over to the airlines, which we are... Airlines love us now, but let's go over to... I think Galactic Point flies big planes. So that's a 787. It needs an extra large. Oh, okay. The 787 also needs large. A350 needs large. A380 needs large, and the 747 needs large. And you can see 300 passengers, 360, 525, and 525. It's wild to really think about how that all works. It's super cool. And that's kind of where I want to get to, is where we can get the super big planes. And then, in my experience in this game, once you get to the big planes and you get to an airport that's big enough for that, the game slows down a whole lot. We'll see how it goes, but it's fun. We'll see what happens with when we get to big. Usually the game runs just fine, but all of these people have their own individual paths they follow. They all do their own individual things. It can just be a little messy every so often. Delivery zone still is full. Don't care. And we're just waiting on all of these carpets to be built in. I thought this would be a little faster. Let's hire some more of these guys. So if I bring up the 20, that's going to be minus how $500 an hour. I think that's fine. We're making over $200,000 a day. I think we can spend $500 an hour. So our new guys just arrived. They should blast through all of this. This could also be an electrical room pretty easily. That might be where I go instead of the maintenance. It might be electrical room. I don't know yet. We'll find that out. Alright. So that part's done. What we're going to do here while we have some time. Go to doors. We'll get that one set there. That one set there. We'll go to gates. Get the 3 of them in there. 1, 2, 3. And then we can go back over into our comfort area. And do 3 seat benches because I can't do the right thing all the time. Alright, so we go on and put those in. I don't want to put too much in this spot. If you've ever been to an airport where there's like that one gate that just is way too packed in for whatever reason, I don't want that one to be that. So I finally got a chance to cancel those, fix my mistakes. There we go. So this area is going to need a kitchen. It's going to need some cafes and food and all that. It's going to need, basically we're going to replicate all of the things we did down here, minus the shops. I'm not super big on having additional shops. What I think we're going to do is have some escalators going down in these areas so that the people who need to exit the airport can exit quickly and easily. But you see, we have a disaster happening here and we need to rectify that. But I think we're in a good shape right now. We have that all going down and getting fed. This area is just a hot mess of things, but we're slowly building toward our future, and we have these beautiful new gates. So we'll pick this up next time, and we'll do a whole lot more, and hopefully we'll get airplanes to these gates and get everything set. But we need to solve this problem, and the second floor is going to be that option. So folks, thanks for joining me for another episode of Sim Airport, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.